Hello and welcome to another video. I'm Northern Soul Reaper and today I'm reviewing volume 1 of Gigant, the new manga from Hiroya Oku. Now if you like these kind of videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's the best way to get the videos as and when they come out. I'm just crossed 130 subscribers and it would be fantastic to push that up to 150. Thank you so much to everyone who's supported the channel so far. Now let's get on with the review. So this is a light spoiler warning before we get into the review. I'm going to try not to spoil as much as possible, but in order to give you my opinions on it, you need to understand the basic premises, the characters and some of the plot points of the volume. So Gigant is actually the first title by Hiroya Oku that I've picked up. I've since gone on to read the first omnibus of Gantz and I really enjoyed that, so I'm planning to pick up more in the future, but before then I hadn't actually read any of his work and Gigant was the first one that I decided to pick up and give a go. Gigant tells the story of Rei Yoko Yamada. He's a young high schooler who spends his free time writing his indie film script, which he hopes to film and then submit to a film festival, and also chatting with his friend about their favourite films and directors. He's also obsessed with the adult film star Papico. She's an up-and-comer in the industry and it's someone who he's followed since her debut. Now, through a chance encounter that I'm not going to spoil, they bump into each other and actually become friends. They exchange phone numbers and they message from time to time. We also learn that Papico's real name is Chiho. Now this might seem like the setup for a slice of life, but if you've read Hiroya Oku's other work, you'll know that this definitely isn't the case. Throughout the volume, there's a strange man walking around in his underwear and he seems to be talking to himself, and Chiho actually witnesses him being hit by a car. In his dying breaths, he gives her a DVD and he grabs her wrist and sticks this strange watch face onto her wrist that she can't remove. It's like a watch face that doesn't have a strap. Oh yeah, and then when he dies, he turns into a doll. The DVD appears to be some weird home movie or like a sci-fi indie film. There's over 160 hours of footage on it, but it's the device on Chiho's wrist that is even stranger. By adjusting the touchscreen, she can make her body grow to a ginormous size or back down to normal by adjusting the dial. This is something that her manager in the industry is quick to exploit. Now I'm not going to go into any more spoilers on the story because this is something that I definitely think that you should read and experience for yourself. Now I really enjoyed this first volume of Gigant. The characters are really likeable and it felt like a little bit of a departure from Gantz because the main character in that I didn't really like, at least from the first volume that I've read. Yoko Yamada is an awkward but relatable high schooler. He has an infatuation with Papico, but there are some fun and sincere moments between the two and you genuinely get the impression that she likes him. Papico, or Chiho, there's a lot of depth to her character as well that's shown in the book, including the reasons why she works in the industry that she does. Over the course of the 9 chapters in this volume, I came to really like and care about the main protagonists. The characters above all else are written in a way that they feel real. You could imagine these as real people, and that goes for the supporting cast just as much as the protagonists. The central mystery at the heart of Gigant is also very intriguing. Not only do we have the weird guy and the device on Chiho's wrist, but just when you think that the final chapter might start to explain some things, Oku throws another mystery and more questions into the mix. It's great how the story sets these up and it makes me look forward to future volumes to see where the story goes from here. Now, there's a lot to digest in this volume and a lot of questions asked without an answer in sight, and that might be frustrating for some, but to me it just makes me look forward to future volumes and to theorise and think about what might be behind these mysteries and these questions. Now I want to talk about the artwork because it is beautiful. The characters are drawn with such a realistic style that I really enjoyed, and the environments are really nice as well. From Yoko Yamada's bedroom to the streets of his neighbourhood or to the little bars and restaurants, everything is rendered with such an amazing attention to detail and it's really nice to see on the page. I absolutely adore the art in this book. There are a couple of times where the backgrounds don't quite meld with the characters. The school gym in particular, one of the panels, it looks quite clear that the high school gym was drawn and then the characters pasted over the top. It just doesn't look quite right. But honestly, this is only a really minor gripe in what is an overall amazing art style, and it absolutely does not diminish my enjoyment of the story. Now this is a story about an adult film actress who can make herself giant at will. As such, there's a fair amount of nudity throughout the book. This has a rating of older teen for a reason, but it never put me off It doesn't feel over the top or self-gratifying, and once you dig into the story and get to know the characters, it sort of just slips into the background. It's easy to look at the front cover or the blurb on the back of the book and make a snap assumption about what the story is, but I would definitely say pick it up and read it for yourself before making up your mind on it. So to close out the review, I really enjoyed Volume 1 of Gigant. The characters introduced are likeable and carry the story well. Honestly, I could go for a slice of life with Yoko Yamada and Chiho as the stars. The central mystery is intriguing, and while it spends a lot more time posing questions than offering answers, I think it sets itself up really well for future volumes. Based on this first volume and what I've read of Gantz so far, that being the first omnibus edition, I would actually have to say that I prefer Gigant to Gantz. Now, whether Gigant can keep this momentum going in future volumes remains to be seen, but I'm really excited to see where the story goes. Let me know in the comments below if you've read Gigant or if you plan on picking it up and what you thought of it. Find me on Twitter and Instagram and let me know there as well. That's it for the review. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you liked this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. As I said at the beginning, I've just passed 130 subscribers. It would be fantastic if we could bump that up to 150. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Northern Soul Reaper, and until next time, goodbye.